On this channel, we've been doing a lot of different setups lately. We've done ones including televisions, gaming monitors, and more recently, even a CRT. But there's one other option we haven't actually talked about yet, and that's a projector. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of gaming on a projector, let's talk about this setup that we've got going on right here. Now, this particular projector from LG does support wireless screen sharing, so you can do stuff like, send a movie from your phone to it, but for something like a game system, we're gonna have to hardwire it. So we've got an HDMI cable running all the way from the projector, using some conduit to hide it against the wall, keeping it in the corners and edges, so that way the cabling stays out of sight, out of mind, and is gonna keep the setup looking nice and clean. Now, it leads to our setup right up here, which we're using this piece of furniture to support everything that we got from Living Spaces. Now, this to me is the perfect fit for this projector setup because we don't want to have something that's overly huge, but more importantly, we want something that's going to be nice and wide so it fills in that whole space beneath the screen. Otherwise, you're going to end up with these awkward empty spaces on either side, and it's just going to look weird. So this fit real nice. Now, that HDMI cable is running all the way to our soundbar, which has a pass-through, which is then going into an HDMI splitter, because obviously we're not going to be running multiple HDMI cables into the projector. It doesn't even have the inputs for that. So if we want to be able to support multiple systems like we have right here, we're going to use that switcher to give us a way to have them all plugged in, never needing to mess with the wires, and switch on command. Now, for the aesthetically, you'll notice that we went with all white systems. I think it gives it a nice pop out of that dark wood. We tried some more colorful ones earlier, but just kind of got lost in it. So we went with the stock Xbox One S that's white, the more recent special edition white PS4 Pro, and while it's not really an official thing, we did do that shell exchange on our Switch to give it white Joy-Cons, which just fits the whole setup perfectly. All of this put together creates what I think is an excellent experience for a projector style setup, because obviously you're going to want to do most of your playing when it's nice and dark. So that's going to cause this dark wood aesthetic to kind of blend into the shadows, while the systems are still going to have just a little bit of pop because of thanks to their white finish, but ultimately the focus is what's happening on this projector screen right here. Now, taking a closer look at the projector we're using for this is a new laser projector from LG. And I know what some of you guys might be thinking, well, gaming on projector seems kind of odd, right? I mean, things are gonna be really washed out during daytime. You have to wait till it's dark. You have startup times. A lot of that stuff, honestly, isn't really an issue anymore thanks to there now being laser projectors. There's a lot of advantages that they have over the old school bulb ones. First off, you're getting a stronger, clearer image, so you actually can use it during the day. It's still definitely best at night, where it actually gets borderline looking like you're just using an LED TV, but at the same time, still usable. You also have no startup times, no shutdown times. It's gonna automatically figure out how to actually get a square picture. You're not messing around with the orientation because you're getting these weird trapezoids. You still have to deal with a few little things like focus, but overall, much easier setup experience. One of the biggest strengths though is the fact that while laser projectors are more expensive up front, you're actually saving more money in the long run because bulb ones are gonna burn out every roughly 2,000 hours of use, whereas a laser one like this can last up to 20,000, 10 times as long. So yes, you're paying a little more up front, but you're not replacing something every year, instead getting something that's gonna last you up to maybe even 10 years, where by the time it breaks, you should just buy a new one at that point. Now, as far as actually gaming on a projector goes, the experience is a lot better than some might think. I mean, yes, once again, you have to wait till it's dark if you want to get the optimal use of colors and clarity possible, but you're actually getting something that gives you a huge screen to work with, and at the same time, it's offering, on average, less latency than a TV of equivalent quality. So you're actually getting a better gaming experience on a bigger screen. So there's just something so innately cool about playing in a home theater setup. I mean, there's definitely arguments for the benefits of using like a nice OLED TV or a good gaming monitor, but at the end of the day, there's just something so engrossing about playing on such a large screen that just gets you sucked into the game, and it's just truly a unique experience.